don't know if you caught the first one. But hi guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. So New Year coming, huh? This last year has been kind of tough, and I feel like it's been tough for a lot of us. I know it's been tough for me. Um, so a lot of lessons we've learned this year, and a lot of blessings we've got this past year. You know, some raised us up, some took us down, and some of those that raised us up also took us down. But they have also helped us grow and evolve and, learn the lessons that we need to learn about ourselves. Um, you know, these childhood wounds that we're carrying with us, these trust issues, these abandonment issues, and I do believe that they're childhood wounds. Um, yes, some of us did acquire them along our journey when we were younger, but I do believe that they're childhood wounds. Um, I've come back from a lot myself, and I've gained a lot of experience. I've gained a lot of knowledge through that. Um, my childhood was not the easiest. Uh, I was the outcast, I didn't fit in, and always felt like I was alone. Nobody understood me. I was beat. I was abused. Um, my own father abandoned me. I grew up with several stepfathers. And I think a lot of us have these wounds. People left us that we trusted. Authority figures that we trusted to take care of us and be there for us and nurture us and help us weren't there. They just weren't there, you know? And it's caused a lot of us to have a problem with authority figures. I know that I do. I definitely do. Um, Always found myself going toward the bad boy. But at the same time, not wanting to be controlled. So, that's one of the things that I've been battling with, and I'm gonna be honest and upfront with you all. Last several years, I've been dealing with guys in jail. I know it's crazy, but um, I ended up in that because of family. Um, I started talking to them, and I poured my knowledge into them. They poured knowledge into me. Got hurt a lot, a lot. But you're going for a bad boy, you better expect to get hurt. And I could have created it myself. I could have manifested that because I went into them expecting them to fail. No, I didn't expect them to last. Hell, I didn't even really believe that I deserved love, you know? And this is me being open and honest. I've had a long journey. If you all go back to the very first video that I have on this channel, because I deleted a whole bunch of them, um, somebody made me second guess myself, and she was second guessing herself, but I ended up deleting a lot, which I wish I wouldn't have, because I could have went back and seen how I grew and I evolved. But I do have that one on there, and that is pretty much my first one, so you guys can see how far I've come. Um, us tarot readers, we're not perfect, so don't expect us to be perfect. We have our own battles and our own things to go through. And I also find that doing this work, you know, working for God, working for Divine, doing this work, I find that I have to go through things before I teach them. So it's not easy. I mean, everybody out here thinks that we got it easy, or if you do think that we got it, we definitely do not have it easy. We have our own lives, we have our own responsibilities, we have a lot going on, and we have our own, what I call, dark night of the soul. A lot of people are against that, but I call it the dark night of the soul. And what I really feel that it is that the negative energies inside of us, you know, the negative self-talk and not believing in yourself, believing you're not worthy of love, even if you don't realize that, because that is what actually is causing all of us to choose things that are not of our highest good, you know. And it's not a right or a wrong. I don't want y'all to think it's a right or a wrong, because it's not a right or a wrong. It's an experience that we need so that we can grow and evolve. These relationships that we've been finding ourselves in, you know, they trigger us. They point the finger back at us. You know, we mirror each other. And it's the insecurities that we have in us, whether we want to, you know, admit to that or accept that or not. It is. It's the insecurities that we have in us. And what I believe is that, you know, we're doing this because we're calling back in our old broken soul pieces. We're breaking cycles. We are breaking generational cycles that have repeated over and over and over again. And a lot of us have children, you know. So we if we are older, you've passed these cycles down to your kids. Watch your kids, you know. They're not out there doing what you told them to do. They're doing what we've shown them, you know. The issues that we had as we were growing and we were evolving and maybe didn't know our worth, because I didn't. And I can tell you straight up, I taught my kids some behavior patterns that, you know, aren't healthy for them. But I work my ass off every day to show them that I taught them wrong, that our parents taught us wrong, you know. And the belief systems about not believing that you're good enough are wrong. They're wrong. You always have been good enough. You were good enough when you came here. You're good enough now. You know, and I don't know, Divine's got me channeling this message, wanting me to get this out, because maybe there's a lot of you out there who still don't feel like you're good enough. I don't care who you are beautiful. I don't care what you think you see in the mirror. And I say think you see in the mirror because, okay, let me just be honest with you, you know. I'm being vulnerable here. Let me just be honest with you. I personally grew up believing I was ugly. My nickname was, well, when I was younger, it was Ears, but I stood up to a stepdad that I was terrified of. And I told him that I didn't like that name, you know. So they all started calling me Face. And, okay, Face does not have a negative with it at all. But they made it into a negative. It was a bad thing when I was growing up. And they got their kicks on calling me Face and upsetting me all the time. And my brothers and sisters started doing it. And I grew up, you know, being put down constantly. You know, being beat on, being abused in every way that you can, you know, think of. And I had to come back from a lot. And I'm not done with that work. I know I'm not done with that work. My confidence is a lot better than what it was. You know, and I know that I'm a guide. I know I've helped people since I was a kid. You know, I've always done this work. It's not just something that I started doing. I wanted to be a counselor when I was younger. I wanted to be a teacher. And things in my life unfolded in a way that I never saw that dream coming to fruition. You know, I never had that chance. And that's what I had in my mind. But this is what I do. I teach. I counsel, you know. And think what you want to think about it, because I'm not trying to be ignorant here, but I really don't give a shit what anybody thinks about me anymore. But it took me a long time to get to that. You know, I said it, but I didn't feel it, you know, a lot of my life. But I do now. Like, I really don't care. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I don't have anyone to answer to but him. Am I afraid of anyone? I was stabbed while driving down the road by my twin's father in between my heart and lungs. And I jumped out of a perfectly good moving vehicle, not thinking I would ever do that. And I did. You know, he has my back. He protects me. He protects my children. So if any of you want to come at me with any negative energy, you don't have me to deal with. You have him. You have my guides. You have my guardian angels. So go ahead, try it, because you will be blocked and it will come back on you. My faith is strong, but it wasn't always like that. God tried to lead me to him several times through my life. But I was stubborn and I was hard-headed. And I'm an Aquarius. I am a rebel. I am stubborn. I am hard-headed. But this isn't about me. This is just me giving you some of my experience so that you can understand where I am coming from. And you can understand the reading. And you can understand why I do the readings the way that I do them. And you're meant to do things on your experience. This is my passion. Helping people, helping you help yourselves is my passion. You know, it's not about getting out here and just throwing some cards on the table. You know, there's a lot more goes into this than that. And I want to make sure that you get the best reading that you can get from me. So yes, some of mine are long. You know, if you don't like that, there's plenty of good readers on YouTube. You're welcome to go there. Because I don't need you. I want to help you, but I don't need to. So, you know, and that's not me being cocky. That's just me being blunt and honest. And that's who I am. So, I've had a lot of people tell me I'm too truthful. I don't believe in such a thing. I believe that you didn't really want to know the truth. It but hurt you, and you didn't want to know. So this channel was going to be for people who can handle that. People who can handle the fact that I'm blunt and I'm honest, and I don't do it to hurt your feelings. I do it because what is the sense in me telling you what you want to hear? That is not going to help you grow and evolve. That is not going to help you call in the relationship that you deserve. The job that you deserve, the situation that you deserve, the living environment that you deserve. That's not going to help you at all. And I'm not here to bullshit. And I'm not here to, you know, make everything all sunshine and rainbows. I'm here to help you choose, because it is your choice, whether or not you want to pick up the tools that I'm laying at your feet and use them. Because you have free will.
Power off.
I apologize for that. It's my Bluetooth speaker. That's what I'm here for. I hope that each and every one of you choose to pick up these tools and use them for yourself. Because it will, not might, it will change your life. Because it has changed mine. And I've watched a lot of good readers. And I've taken the nuggets out of their readings and I've used them to work on myself. Pointing fingers, that's not going to get you anywhere. Yes, it sucks. Yes, you've been hurt. We all have. But you cannot sit in that energy. You've got to release the things. You've got to release them. You've got to forgive them. You've got to forgive yourself. And you're not forgiving them for them. You're forgiving them for you. But at one point in time, if this is about a relationship, you cared about this person. You loved this person. You put your heart and soul into this person. How can you hate them now? You need to understand that they also carry wounds. They may not understand that. You know? Some of them do, some of them don't. Yes, there are some of them out there that get their kicks on taking people down and hurting them. But still, it comes from something deeper. And you've got to understand that. I've learned to see people at a whole different level. I used to be that girl that, gossiped. I'm not perfect. I used to be that girl that pointed fingers, but I learned that it ain't even about them. This journey is about you and you alone only. It's not about the love. It's not about the job. It's not about the money. It's not about what you can get or what you need. It's about you and you alone. And as long as you come from a place of lack, which I have, so I'm not judging anybody, as long as you come from a place of lack, you believe that you do not deserve what it is that you want. And that is not true. You believe you believe the wrong thing. You deserve everything. Your heart desires everything that you want. Anyway, for some reason Divine wanted me to go on that little tangent. Anyway, looking forward to the new year. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to bring new people and new situations and new changes and maybe some of you major changes if you allow it to. I channeled a song, and the song is Digging Up Bones by Randy Travis. And what I believe this is for the collective. I do. And what I believe this is about is, we've all been reminiscing. We've all been thinking about the past. We've been thinking about what we lost or what we think we've lost, We've been thinking about, what we could have done different and why didn't we do that and why didn't we do this and maybe it would have been different if we'd have done that. No. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. It is to help evolve both of you. Family too. As I change myself, I watch my kids do it. I give them the nuggets. And I've watched them pick them up and use them. I've watched them change their life. I'm not going to say that all of them have. I want nothing but happiness and healing for my kids. And I haven't always been the best kind of mother. I didn't know how to. I taught myself, And that's no excuse. No excuse, because they got a lot of wounds. But they can't sit back and blame me for that either. They've got to take charge of their life and make it what they want it. I am giving them the nuggets that they need as we go. And everything that I say in these readings, or say period, I would like you guys to take them and give them to someone else. Because I'm not one of those readers who, oh my God, you can't use my spread. Oh my God, you can't use my cards. No. What is this job about? It is about spreading the word. It's about spreading the knowledge. So use anything that I use. You are more than welcome to it. Anyway, Digging Up Bones. I feel like, Divine is telling us to let go of that. To stop reminiscing. To stop digging up the old. The old isn't getting you anywhere but on the same cycle. You have to keep learning the same things. I'm guilty too. But it's time to close those chapters out. And I'm not saying that you can't go back to an ex, you can't go back to an old job. You can. You can. You more than can. But for a lot of you out there, you've been there. You've done that. How many times? How many times? Did it ever work? Or did it slide back into the same thing? Even if at the beginning it started seeming like it was going to work. Did it work? Because in order for it to work, you both have to do the work on yourselves, as well as the relationship. And if you're with anyone that is not willing to do that work, you're going to leave their vibration, and it's not going to work. And you're going to repeat a cycle. And you're going to ignore all the red flags again. And you're going to get hurt again. Do we really, as a collective, want to keep doing that? It's time to move forward. It's time to evolve. It's time to learn who you are. Understand who you are. Go after your dreams. Anyway, let's get into the reading. I've done enough blabbing. But I channel. So, whatever I talk about, if you think it's too much, if you just want to get to the cards, then go find another reader. Honestly. Because I work for him. And if I'm saying it, I'm supposed to. Anyway, let's get into this, okay? What do you want to tell the collective for New Year's Eve? What do you want to tell the collective for New Year's Eve and going forward? What do you want to tell the collective? I always shuffle these cards before I get on here and clear the energy, but I try to do it for you all too, so you see that I shuffle, even though I let them come out, which I may end up changing that and picking them eventually anyway. Anyway, what do you want to tell the collective? What do you want to tell the collective? Where are we at? Oh, good Lord, I talked forever. What do you want to tell the collective? What do you want to tell the collective? Thank you. See? I cannot make it up. Divine wants you to walk away. The Eight of Cups, they're walking away. This past meant something to you. Don't put them down. You loved them at one time. You did. Everything that you went through, if it was traumatic or if it hurt you, yes, there was a lot of pain, but you still loved that person. I know I did, several of them. And it's okay. We don't gotta be big and bad and tough and let the anger take over. It's okay. Walk away. That's what Divine is saying. Walk away. They meant something to you. That's why these cups are up. Stop hating on them. You're just calling that energy back into yourself. Is that helping you or is it hindering you? Go for your dreams. See the stars? Go for your dreams. You made a wish. There's a wish fulfillment. There's the moon lighting your path just a little bit. Just a sliver. I know it's unknown and I know it's scary. But go. Remember where you came from. Don't ever forget that. And remember that you cherished this person at one time. And they gave you a lot of nuggets about yourself. If you will look back and you will see it. It's time to move forward. It's time to let the past go. And this isn't even about just letting an ex go or letting a job go. It's letting the energy go. Letting go of those negative vibrations that hold you back. The negative self-talk. All the things that they put in your head that you believed, they're not true. You're not good enough. You can't do this. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, that ain't gonna work. They're not true. They are projecting their own feelings onto you, whether they want to admit it or not. Look, you're on a new journey. Look at that. You got the Three of Wands. 2 wands behind you, planted firmly in the ground. You're building your stability. You're evolving. You're taking this 1 wand and you're going on a new journey after your passions, after your creativity. I think you sent something out because there's a ship back here leaving, but there's also one coming in. So there's something new coming in if you allow it to. You're waiting. You already feel it. All of you are intuitive. Every last one of you. I don't care who you are. Every last one of you are intuitive. You get that little nudge to go somewhere. Or You get that thought in your head, and you second guess yourself. And then in the end, you find out you were right all along, and then you beat yourself up because you knew it. You intuitively already knew it. Every one of you out here can do what I do. You can do it, but it requires trust. It requires faith. It requires trusting yourself and trusting the divine, trusting those little thoughts that come to your mind, because they're not ideas. They've been implanted. You've downloaded those. They come in. There's divine, and your past on loved ones speaking to you. Stop second guessing yourselves. Move forward. There is something coming in, whether you see it or not. But I feel like you do, because you're standing there. You're watching it come in. You're feeling it come in. And it's going to have growth. It's going to grow. Look. But when you get into this new thing, you cannot judge them by the past. You cannot take those negative energies into it. Because if you go into it believing that it's not going to work, it's not going to work. Let me say it again. If you go into it believing that it's not going to work, it's not going to work. They're not the same person as the person you left. And you know the red flags. You know, when those thoughts come to mind about them cheating or something not being right. Okay, they wanted you to see this. Something not being right, and that makes sense because I do feel like a lot of us have been tired. A lot of us. We've been exhausted. It's been a long journey. Anyway, when those thoughts come in, you think something's up, you think something's wrong, trust you. Not them, not all the charm that they bring out, not all the lies that they tell you, because trust me, I done been there. And I second guess myself. Even though I said something wasn't right, I still second guess myself. So this is why I'm telling you, do not second guess yourself. That is your intuition and your spirit guides and your past and loved ones telling you something is off. Now, I'm not saying go get paranoid. I'm not saying to, blame them or because it happened to you in the past, you're automatically on guard and you're automatically... No. This is if you're doing everyday things or you're not paying attention and a thought comes into your mind. Trust it. Trust you, because that's your biggest problem. You're not trusting you. And if you're not trusting you, you're not trusting the divine. Anyway, you're going to be coming out of the resting period. Divine needed to set you down for a while. Needed you to go within. Needed you to reflect. Needed you to reminisce a little bit. Not so you could carry the pain forward. You don't want to do that because you'll meet someone else that has that and you'll carry that out. Release it. Let it go. It was there for a reason to teach you something. Take only what you learned from that about yourself, what you want and what you don't want. Don't settle for less than what you deserve. Emotional codependency, Don't settle. But you're coming out of that. Divine is saying you're going to be coming out of that if you're not already. And you're going to take that sword, because there's the 3 that broke your heart, But they're not in you anymore. You've taken them out. They're not there anymore. They're not in your heart anymore. You're keeping them there if you're still feeling this. They're laid up against the wall. She is taking this one sword, and it's not even up. Look, she's trusting the divine. But she also knows the red flags show up. If something feels off, you're going to address it, And, if you're wrong, maybe you'll sit down and you'll compromise. And this can be with your old person, too. Sit down, compromise, talk it out. If you don't see a change, or if they change for a couple weeks or something and they go right back to it, you've got your answer. Move on. Don't waste any more time. We've wasted enough time, you know? Tomorrow is not promised. You're coming out of that. You and Divine's been talking, whether you know it or not. Okay. So this is what fell out. We have the Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Five of Swords, which is where you've been, and you may be conflicted right now, going back and forth on what to do. But they're saying your wish fulfillment is coming through. You have the Star card. You know? Abundance, joy, happiness, success. Don't overthink. No more battling. Don't battle. Don't give them that energy. When you give them that energy, when you battle with them, you give them your power. You give them your energy. Don't give them any more of your energy. Stand in your power. It's not worth the battle. It's not worth the fight. When you're stressing your body out, you're making your organs swell, you're causing internal problems. I know, because, I just had another heart attack. Had to have another stent put in. Why? Because I allowed the stress to get to me. And it's other things. I smoke, and I'm not the healthiest eater, and I really don't exercise much. But my point is, you're letting the stress get to you. The battle is causing the stress in you. It raises your adrenaline. It gets you all out of whack. It doesn't do a damn thing to half of them. And if it does, they're not going to tell you. It's not worth the battle. It's not worth the fight. It's time to put the sword down. Only use it if you need it. It's not worth the energy. You're just bringing that energy right back to you. And it may not happen right away. A year down the road, you might get all that energy back. All that negativity that you've been throwing out comes smashing back and your car breaks down. Or, I don't want to say, something said about house catch on fire. I pray that doesn't happen. I don't know. You don't have the money to do the things that you need to do, you know, but God will always lead you if you pay attention. But something happens in your life that takes you to your knees. That is energy coming back to you from the shit that you've done before. The fighting and the battling and the negativity, you know, the gossiping and all of this stuff that society teaches us to get into. We need to break out of that box, you know. Even with what's going on, and I'm not downplaying it at all, because it is a problem, but even what's going on with this smart juice, as we call it, or I've heard other people call it, and I actually like the term, you know, the changes in the government, and all of this stuff that's coming down. If you put your attention on that, you're going to be in the negative energy. I'm not saying don't prepare. Prepare yourself. But don't be afraid. Don't fear it. Change is necessary. And Divine is bringing in this change. Blame it on whoever. But there is a shift that needs to happen. And does it scare some of it? Yes. But don't let that fear rule your life. Live your life. Live it while you can. Because we don't know what's coming. You know? And anything can become, come on. They got robots that look like humans now. And I just keep thinking, iRobot. It's happening. Anyway, that's another story for another day. Anyway, you have wish fulfillment. You are healing. You know, this is the healing card. You have gained a lot of knowledge. Pour it out to other people. What you've been through, somebody else needs to hear that. Somebody else needs to know. They need your story. Your story can help other people. How you evolved through it. How you grew out of it. How you shaped and changed your life. You know, they need that. That's inspiration. The younger generation's going to need it because we've taught them all these behaviors. It's our responsibility to re-teach them right. Let them know what they're worth. Let them know, no matter what they're doing, no matter what mistakes they've made, because I don't see them as mistakes, they're stepping stones. You know, you wouldn't have done it if you'd have known the outcome. So, stepping stones. You learn from it, you evolve from it. Anyway, wish fulfillment is coming in. You're being told. You have wish fulfillment. You have success. Go for it. You're going to succeed. Put that in your head. You're going to succeed. You're going to have abundance, joy, happiness, loyalty with the dog. Bring out that inner child. Have fun. Enjoy life. Don't be scared and huddled in a corner because of everything that's going on. Don't be scared and huddled in the corner because you're afraid to get out there and love again. You're afraid to take a chance. You're afraid to risk anything because you don't know what's coming. You don't know what your path is. Just do it. Look, loving person. Very loving. You know? These two people love each other. These two people can be a power couple if they let go of the unhealthy ego, which is the negative self-talk, the fear, the addictions, all of that. And I'm not just saying addictions to drugs, because some of us had it. I mean, I did drugs. I'm not going to lie. I've done them, you know. But I sat up in bed one day and said, this is not for me. And I stopped. And some people have a little bit more battle. I do with my cigarettes. I'm not judging anybody. Addictions can also be emotional codependency, financial codependency. Stand up. Stand in your power. Know who the fuck you are. You have everything that you ever wanted. It's already surrounding you. You just gotta call it in. Bottom of the deck. Feeling stuck. Don't know which way to go. Feel blindfolded. Like I said, you can't see forward. You don't know what's out there. You don't know what's going to happen. You know what you've been through, but you don't know if the future's going to bring more of it. Well, if you believe it is, it is. If you believe that it's going to bring something better, it's going to bring something better. Me, I'm choosing to decide that it's going to bring something better. I'm choosing to get up every day and just be happy. Just to be happy. Not because somebody else makes me happy or something else makes me happy. Just because I want to be happy. I choose to be happy. But I'm exhausted. And I'm sure a lot of you are. Like I said, it's been a long year. Either path you choose is right. So get out of your head. Pick a path already. You know? Listen to your intuition. That's why you're blindfolded. That's why you can't see forward. You're supposed to trust Him. Trust the divine. Trust God. Trust your higher power. Trust your loved ones. Your passed on loved ones, you know? Your ancestors. They're all leading you. They're all rooting for you. Turn around. Some of you, maybe there's a third option. If you just turn around. Go a different way. Cut your own path. Make your own path. Who says you gotta go this way or that way? Society? Fuck that. Make your own path. Be unique. Don't be afraid to get out there and shine and be who you are. Doesn't matter what you want to do. You know? Shit. My cousin was saying something about getting on YouTube and washing dishes. Why not? Somebody might want to watch that. You don't know until you do it. Just do it. Take the blindfold off. Move forward. Stop being scared. Look, know your worth. Know your value. Know who the fuck you are. Gain your stability. You're having a problem with love? Take your focus off of it. You know? That's what I'm doing. Take your focus off of it. Work on your stability. Work on your career. Work on your passions, your goals. What do you want in life? It's not going to come to you. You're going to have to go after it. And you're going to have to trust the divine to make a way. Anyway. My goodness, I think that's long enough. I'm not going to do half of what I do normally. But anyway, I love you guys. Don't be so hard on yourselves, you know, and I'm not trying to be hard on you. I just want to see everybody happy. And I know not everybody's going to be happy, but I know everybody has a potential to be. Anyway, I love you all. Please like, share, subscribe. Be kind to each other. You know, let's leave this negativity in 2023. You know, let's bring this positivity out. I'm not saying bubbly every day. It's the thoughts that I'm talking about. You know, we're not going to be bubbly every day. It's not going to happen. But change your thoughts. More positivity. And it's not going to happen overnight. I've known some people who have said, well, I was positive for a week and nothing changed and I still didn't get out of it. That's because you really don't believe it. You have to continue to do it. Continue. It's breaking a habit. It's breaking a cycle. You've been programmed to think negative. Program yourself to think positive. Y'all got this. Love you all. Later.